It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I'm willing to give you.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Don't waste your time with me.
I will not let you down, my boy. I'm so tired. Will this shift never end?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
I don't know it.
I see.
I'm Harvey.
Tell
What?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible for...
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Tell me more about the death of...
1915. I was in the army.
What happened? I'm so... Goodbye for now.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, madam.
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr.
I'm bit.
What?
Yeah,
May...
I'm a.
What
I-
is... Tell me
Yeah.
what...
Yeah, I.
Goodbye, Mrs. Gospel. Good evening. I'm...
No.
Really?
I don't want...
I suppose...
Yes.
Could you at least...
Mortem.
What? It... How...
So-
I see.
Yeah.
Why did your mother...
My...
How painful.
So...
I'll let...
I'm all right. How can we be sure we're making a difference?
Good evening, Miss...
I'm...
I have to go.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
I cannot enter.
How long must I wait, damn it?
Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir.
A year! You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you...
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that cabin.
Whoa, I feel giddy.
Good evening. Did he...
You.
How... Did... And... I'm not familiar. Why? No.
No.
Why does Dr. Tippett's claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite...
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke.
Dr. Tippett...
If you're...
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need...
Glorious battalion of Pembroke.
The pain. There again.
It's locked, all right.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Never could keep anything from her.
Good evening, Mr. How...
So,
I have to go...
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
You all...
You are going to reveal
Not now.
I cannot enter. It's locked. It's locked. This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin. The flower's dying. It needs water. The flower's dying. It needs water. William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now. Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells.
Why lie?
I don't... No.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
The pain.
I cannot enter.
It's here again.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Good evening, Miss.
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you...
And you have my gratitude.
Admit it, Mortimer.
Yes,
Or
call it...
you can...
yeah.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate.
Benefit of the doubt.
Doctor.